Why the hell did be doing that shit for? Shit's annoying. It does it to get me mad. What's good, YouTube world? YouTube always be on that bullshit. And then I always have to reset everything too. Okay, save highlight. Oh, what the hell that's for? What's good, world?
I don't know if you get like I agree with or go through a lunch.
Yeah. You have a blue wrench too?
Oh yeah, because I'm somebody.
You're more than somebody, but you're all that and a bag of chips. You're with a soda on the side, like the song says. What's good, YouTube world? What's cracking lacking? On this fine, wait, what's today? Friday? Yeah. On this, damn, it's Friday already?
But yesterday felt like a Friday. I don't know why.
Yesterday felt like no Friday.
Yeah, it did.
To me, it felt like a Thursday. No, actually, it felt like a Wednesday yesterday. I don't know why.
No, yesterday felt like a Friday.
For you guys were eating pizza. I didn't get no pizza. You want to save me a piece of pizza? I wanted pizza. I seen that they had jalapenos on it.
I know, but I didn't buy it. And everybody was there yesterday. Even my brother. Both of them.
I ate the piece, whoever's piece that was. What was it, Domino's or what was it?
No, it was Little Caesars.
Really? It tasted like Domino's a little bit. What's good? In the world of YouTube.
No?
We decided to come on here randomly because, that's just how we do. Now, I always try to set a timer and stuff like that, but this shit doesn't give me the option. I don't know what the fuck. I swear, every time I want to do a live, the option menu always changes. And it's like, what's up with you, YouTube? Just shit together. I wonder if other YouTubers go through the same problems that I do. I don't think they do, though.
You are the problem.
YouTube stays hating. Oh, thou YouTube, why hast thou forsaken me? Cubo M.O.D. What's good with you, Six Side? What's cracking lacking? We just decided to go on a random live, you know what I mean? I wanted to put a timer on it, but it didn't let me, I don't know why. What's up, Paisa? You going out tonight? Nah, we gotta go to work, my boy. We gotta work tonight.
It's been a while since we've been out. Well, since we went out.
It's you hit the time when you gotta work, my boy. You gotta work. I wish I could be like people that just somehow they stay at home all day and somehow have money. You know what I'm saying? That
no,
EBT.
It's not that. It's just our work hours.
That EBT, bruh. Nah, there's people that have like 7 EBT cards. No lie. How do they do it? I have no idea. But they got like about 5 EBT cards talking about they balling. They have the nerve to take out a Versace wallet and pay with EBT, my boy. Now tell me, how does that work? How does that happen? Like is that normal? Is that that's strange? No,
that's normal in the EBT room.
Like how you gonna roll up to a store, pull out a Versace wallet while checking the time on your iPhone and pay with EBT? Now, how exactly does that work? I don't know if I should give him credit or if I should just talk shit to them, because it's well, damn, homie, you got that fucking Versace. Oh, but you got EBT.
Somebody's gonna have a party tomorrow. They just came and dropped off some tables and chairs.
Woo woo! R.I.P. Mr. Night Owl. Mr. Night Owl? What Night Owl? The rapper? Nah, serio? Did he die?
I don't know.
Did he die? No, he didn't die. That's right. I watch you every time you on. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate the support, carnal. Serio. Give it a shout out. Much love on that Bell Garden. Notorious. Shout out to Notorious at NTS. Woo woo. What's good with you, my boy? What's cracking lacking?
That's your man, baby.
Yeah, he passed this morning. He passed away from COVID? Huh. Well, Mr. Night Owl passed away. Well, R.I.P. to homie. You know, está cabrón.
Everybody's gonna be thumping that one song.
Which one? Here comes the night owl. That one?
No, the other one.
Mom. Well, R.I.P. to El Tecolote. You know what I mean? You know, he was female, but I had my thoughts on him too. But you know, está cabrón. You know, either way, when somebody dies, it's messed up. You know, it's messed up when they go. What are you doing for the Super Bowl? Oh, we gotta work, my boy. We gotta work that day too.
But I think me and the kids will watch it if it comes on regular TV.
Yeah, so we gotta work. That's all we ever do, my boy. Work. And then followed by more work. Work followed by work. You get weekends off now, my boy. I only get Tuesday off. I only have one day, which is Tuesday. Es la vida de jefe. Yeah, I wish I get 2 days off. Shit. But you already know. Te quería al norte. Much love from Northern Cali. Shout out to all of Northern Cali. Oh, what up, Pistol Blaster? What's cracking like him? Hey, rats for the W. Yeah, well, we'll see. You know what I mean? It's a coin flip. Like, I really don't know who's gonna pull off with that W at the end. You know, both teams I think are equally matched, but maybe the Rams because they got the home field advantage, and you know they'll probably threat. You know, they'll throw some threats at the Bengal players. You know what I mean? Like when they're walking through the tunnel, like fools will be like, "Hey, homie." It look like they'll have arthritis. And it's like, damn, we better throw that. We better, you know, take that L, dog, because if not, these vatos are gonna, you know, gangbang on us. Nah, I'm pretty sure they have gangs in Cincinnati too. Probably, more than likely they do. You live at work or work to live. I want to say I live at work. Hey, but we got to do what we got to do. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I know that there's some individuals that they never work. They just stay in the house all day, like talking about that there's no jale out there. Talking about that there's no jale out there. That nobody is hiring right now. When I see now hiring signs all over the goddamn place. No lie, when I'm driving to work, I see maybe like about no bullshit to the side on everything. Maybe like 13 places with big ass signs, my boy, that says now hiring. No lie, for big ass signs that says now hiring. And all these vatos talking about that nobody hiring right now. Like, motherfucker, well, yeah, ain't nobody gonna come knock at your door. You gotta go out there and look for the job. Motherfucker want the job to come to them. You know what I'm saying? Like where does it work? Like, there ain't no job agency, fool. Bengals for the win. I like it better when the Rams claim St. Louis. Serio, huh? For that Super Town, Locotes. I feel you.
Oh yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, R.I.P. to Night Owl. He was young. Some people might even say it's karma. It's crazy. Cause he was one of the things that COVID is bullshit and that you shouldn't wear your mask.
He didn't say how he
was one of the ones that was saying that kind of stuff though. I remember watching his videos. Está cabrón. People think it's a joke until they're the one that end up on the opposite end.
Supposedly he obviously it says that he died to COVID. And he's been in the hospital since last month on a ventilator and has been in a coma for more than 13 days. Yeah,
that's messed up. You see, and he was making a video talking about how all this shit fake and I don't know what. I'm telling you, man, that shit no joke. But R.I.P. to him, you know what I mean? That shit rough, rugged, and raw. because he was a pioneer when it comes to Chicano rap. Like he was a, despite what people how they feel about the vato, because he used to like to talk a lot of crap, but um, nonetheless, he did like, you know, one of the ones that was pushing the Chicano rap movement, before when everybody was okay with it being called Chicano rap, because nowadays everybody gets in their feelings and shit. Before everybody was proud, to be Chicano rap, they had no problem with Chicano rap. All of a sudden, it's an issue, my boy. All of a sudden, it's a big ass pedo to be called Chicano rap. Like, man, y'all motherfuckers lost your minds already. I swear to God, this trending shit is ridiculous. Like, yeah, no, we ain't Chicano rap, no, yeah, we rappers just like the rest of them, yeah. Like, what? What's wrong, my boy? Are you ashamed to be Chicano rap? Are you ashamed to be Chicano? You know what I mean? Because you're taking it like if it's an insult to be called Chicano rap. Aren't you a Chicano that raps? So if you are being called Chicano rap, why is it a big deal? Why are you getting so offended for? You should be proud you're being called Chicano rap. But you're taking it like if it's some kind of fucking insult. Aren't you proud to be Chicano? These vatos are always talking about how they're proud to be Chicano, except when it comes to Chicano rap. Like, hell yeah, it's all about my people, orgullo, and la raza, eh. Yeah, homie, eh, so you speak Chicano? No, I'm not Chicano rap, I don't like being called that. What the hell, what you just say? Man, these fools play too much, dog. These fools be on that bullshit. Like, look at it's all about the raza and que yeah, orgullo and everything. All of a sudden, it's an issue to be called Chicano, my boy. Like, damn, serio? Okay. And then really, when did this happen? That's like getting offended because they're calling you Mexican. Oh, I'm a human being, please. Don't insult me that way. Actually, I'm American. I live in the Americans now. Like, damn. That when did it become an issue? Probably. Do you think if you had a higher salary, you'll be able to stay home more? No. Right there is you just need to be there in order to not all the workers know what to do like what we do. You know what I'm saying? So it's the experience behind it. The more experience. I don't know if you notice this, but the more experience you have at your job, and the more you know your job, the more your job wants you there. You get what I'm saying? I guess because you do the job right or whatever, but they just want you there. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I'm blessed to have work and that there's work and shit like that. Especially, ta cabrón sometimes, and even for homeboys and with this whole COVID situation. So, you know, luckily it's been cool, like the COVID actually gave us more work because, vatos be coming in sick or calling sick or, just stop showing up, or whatever. The stimulus checks, I don't know, but, because Biden is giving away money for free, like if it's the thing to do, that fucking crazy mofo. At this point, I don't know who's the worst president. If it was Trump or if it's Biden. I think they're about equal. I think they're both shitbags. I think everybody's a shitbag equally in that whole entire fucking Senate. From all the governors and everybody be full of shit. Republicans and Democrats equally. They be on that boo boo. But hey, it is what it is. Buenas tardes. Tapping in from Santa Ana, still wearing the jersey. That's right, Brian. Hey, that's good shit, homie. That's right, homie. I'm a man of my word, homie. Anytime anybody wins the raffle, I actually send them their shit. Like, my boy, I will never say some shit and not do it. I'm a man of my word. You know what I mean? I honestly believe in loyalty and honor and being a man of your word. And your word is all you have in this world, my boy. The day you start breaking it, homie, is the day that you lose everything. You know what I mean? That's one thing I cherish because I know that my word is something that people can't take from me. You know what I mean? They could take my freedom. They could take it. They can't take, they can't take my word from me. You know what I'm saying? So I take honor in that. Take pride in that. Have a good day, G. Hey, likewise too, my boy. Given these fools say I can't find a job. Go look for it. Serio? These fools talking about that. There's no jale, my boy, but it's like, hey, my boy, but when do you go looking for a job, though, homie? You know, there's vatos that literally be chilling at their cantona all day talking about there's no jale. Like, la madre. Todavía quieren que le traigan el trabajo. Like, that's the way to motivate. Yeah. Homie's waiting at his house for them to come and offer him a job. Motherfucker think he got it like that. Jasper Loco, shout out to Eastside Bowling Parque. That's right, Jasper repping it. Well, that sucks, man. R.I.P. Nato. Yeah, está cabrón. I really found that right now through the comments too. Does anybody know if Night Owl was really OG, triple OG, if it was just the room?
He continues to put videos, right?
Well, if he doesn't post any videos, then I guess it was him. Nah, I don't think it was him, but.
They leave up in that one song, Daddy, I'm in love with it. All the girls are gonna be playing that thing.
For Night Owl?
Yeah.
They were in love with Night Owl?
Like, that's
I was gonna say, damn, Night Owl had it like that. Yeah, para que miren los gordos even get love.
Hey?
Orale, shout out to all the brown homies holding it down. That's right. What's good with you, Will? What's cracking like in? That's my main man.
Hey, babe, and when you go, tell them that you want that one right there. $20 off smug check.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys need to go get smog. You guys need to go to the place that I go to. It's in Southgate.
It's not Southgate, it's HP, I think.
No, it's... Oh, yeah. Huntington Park, that's where I go. Homie's a firme dude. He could hook you up. Cheap prices, too. You got a coupon, too. Where's the coupon?
Check down the corner.
And I didn't even ask. I didn't even know somebody had the song. You're right. He didn't tell me that. I'm gonna tell you, hey, homie, how come you didn't tell me about the coupon? I thought it was cool. Oh, in HP, I thought it was Southgate, though, because it's Santa Ana, and State. Isn't that Southgate?
No.
That's Huntington Park.
Yeah. Huntington Park.
Huh, that's weird. I could have sworn that shit was Southgate.
Bebe, what are you doing?
So some of the cities over here, geographically, they're designed weird.
Yeah, they are.
Like, there's a part in Maywood, right, where when you take Maywood Avenue, so it's Maywood. Technically, it's Maywood. But if you look at the sign, it says "Welcome to the city of Huntington Park," and it's like, how the hell is that if Huntington Park is still on the other side? Like, how is it that there's just one little street randomly right here is Huntington Park when it's like you go right here is Vernon and then right here is Maywood? It's like who the fuck designed these cities? Like, were they drunk? When they I don't know. I even wonder how that shit works. Like who decides what is what? Like, I thought these streets weren't ours. I thought we weren't allowed to claim them. That no one had that right.
Babe, I'm gonna use the restroom. Keep an eye on the baby, yeah?
There's never no excuse not to work. I agree with you 100, my boy. I be at work, crudo, beat up, half dead, but we there. We may not be at 100, but shit, we there.
Keep an eye on her. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Yeah. Hey. Trump would have kept everyone more comfortable financially, but just as corrupt. I agree with you 100. They're both douchebags. they both equally have their flaws. Thanks Shadow for doing a G Live video on my hood Bell Gardens. Hey, you already know, my boy. Gotta shout out the real ones, homie. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the homeboys for shooting me all that info and pics and everything. You know what I mean? It's really, you know, I really owe it all to them. You know what I'm saying? You know, if it wasn't for the homeboys and these, you know, I wouldn't even be able to do these videos. You know, because even though people think that I just do them on my own and that I just wake up one day and I decide to homies actually hit me up and we actually chop it up and everything like that. Despite what individuals want to say, like yeah, because you won't know. I like when people really want to talk like if they actually know, huh? Like if they know what's going on. It's always funny. Like, fool, what gives you the right to talk about this hood? Like, the fact that those homies told me to. Like, what the fuck kind of question is that? This is funny. Yes, you are. I respect that. Got that. Did you? Yeah, my boy. I'm telling you, like, I always keep my word, homie. Like, I'm not. I don't play like that. You know, even if it was an enemy that were to win the prize, my boy, I will still give the enemy the gift. Like, let's say if he's one of my enemies, he won the raffle, my boy. Well, I'm a man of my word, homie. Whoever wins the raffle wins it, homie. And even though he shoots me his address, I wouldn't give it to the homeboys, or I wouldn't go to his back. I'll catch him in the streets when I catch him, but I ain't gonna do that shit where like you post his address or you whatever. There's no honor in that, homie. There's no like that ain't gangster, homie. Ain't nothing gangster about that shit. You know what I mean? There's a time and place for everything. You catch them when you catch them, but to go and take it to their house when they're family man, nah, homie. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, them individuals have nothing to do with it. Like, why you gonna bring it? You know, like why you gonna put them through that shit? Like I don't know. There's some fools that everything that they say that they talk about, you know, about loyalty and honor and respect, they do the opposite of that though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, fool, live how you preach. If not, don't preach. You know what I'm saying? You gotta honor shit. You know what I mean? Because nobody's bigger than the program. That's 100. Damn, that sucks. R.I.P. Nato. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I barely found out right now. Homie told me on the right here on the chat. I didn't even know. Did you know about the? Nah, I barely found out right now with who was the homie that had told me about it? It was the homie D. He's the one that told me about it. Right here on this chat. I didn't even know. I was like, oh shit. That's crazy though.
You want to sit on the high chair or you want to sit on the chair? Where? You want to sit right here? Chloe? No, you can't eat on the
That's
couch,
right, do
baby.
your thing,
You
Shadow.
Right
Hey, what's good, Sonny? Go check out the Streets Ain't Loyal, Sonny Boy. You know, go peep out his channel, go subscribe to homie right there. Damn, my boy, talk. Can't forward. Oh, you already know. Mellow Yellow. He passed away from COVID. Yeah, from COVID, and that's what I was saying. That it's a trip because he was one of the guys that was not he didn't really believe in COVID. Like he was talking about like how we shouldn't wear masks and woo woo. You know what I mean? I remember I was hearing him talk about it because I remember that I disagreed heavily with what he was saying. But I mean, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. You know, nonetheless. So it's it's a trip that he ended up passing away from that of what he was saying. You know that is bullshit. Like. It's crazy, man. I meant that I was bam, 2001. Solid individual. Yeah, that's right.
Come
on. I had my, arguments with him here and there. You know what I mean?
Come on. Let's go eat.
We see some things, differently, but
You want to sit on the
overall,
chair?
I can't knock him, from nothing. You know what I'm saying? All triple OG does this. Well, that's his, his character. I mean, however people want to conduct themselves, I guess. I don't know. I don't work, so I won't page. The last warrior said, "I won't work. I don't work, so I don't have to pay child support." That's savage, my boy.
No comment.
Hey, you get paid cash, huh? Abajo de la mesa? Like it's gotta be cash for you. That way they can't trace it.
Come here, baby. Come here.
Damn, that child support be no joke. Hey, no, you know what? I know vatos that have child support that like they'll literally work like 58 hours, right? And their checks will come out to be like, I don't know, like 600, right? And by the time, when it's all said and done, they only keep like no lie, like barely $200, my boy. Like, how the hell is that fair, bro? Like I have kids, homie. I got 4 kids, my boy. And let me tell you something. I don't spend $100 on my kids in a month. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
You want to
I don't
finish?
think. As a matter of fact, I don't think I know not one person that spends like.
I spend $100 on me in a month.
Are you? No, like I know nobody that spends that much money. Like let's say like $400 in a month for a kid. Like who spends $400 on their kid in a month, my boy?
Sit down. Sit down.
Because I don't. Hey, my boy, they shouldn't have to pay child support for rent or for their electricity bills and everything. Hey, what does that have to do with anything? You know that's why it's two individuals to make a child, whatever. So it's your job, right? It's in your residence, so like they shouldn't have to pay your bills or your food and shit like that. For the child, yes. You know what I mean? And no kid eats that amount of food, worth that much.
Just, girl, stop stuffing your mouth.
They want to talk about equality and equal rights, my boy, but shit. They get the benefit of the doubt all the damn time, my boy. You already know if you have a courtroom, homie, to discuss the matter. If it's a vato shows up, and if a girl walks into that bitch crying, my boy, you lost. You lost before that shit even started,
You
homie.
want juice?
And you know that
Go
shit
get one
true.
right there.
People can't even say that it's not. People talk about that they don't see none of that they just bull crap, fool. That hyena shows up crying, my boy, you lost your shit, fool. It's over, game over. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna look at you like you the villain somehow. That's why. Watch who you have kids with. Vatos wanna be out there. Vatos wanna be complaining. Yeah, but then when they wanna be out there, boning all kinds of females and shit like that, and all this and that. Man, you weren't thinking about that shit then, homie. You weren't complaining about that shit then. You don't get to complain now, homie.
Here, let me help sister. Let me help sister.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Are you some sort of no.
That what?
That I went to trade tech like
Oh.
actually no, I'm actually horrible at technology. We work in like well, nothing but cold stuff, ice cream, all the frozen dinners, everything that goes into your frozen shit. So we work in coolers, but we do like orders and stuff like that. Well, I do, you know what I mean? You know,
What happened? You want the straw?
so we do all of
I
that, because obviously the other guys don't know how to do it. So, what I would say? Oh, what's good with you, Playboy 1300? Go subscribe to Playboy's channel right there. That's the homie. Damn, not working because you don't want to pay. That was a savage, huh? Quick question, Carnal. If you don't mind me asking, and of course you mind answering as well. Who did you get in WWE? Like, who was my favorite wrestler? Or how do you mean? Because I got a lot actually. Like, you mean as in like who was my favorite wrestler? When did you start rap? I started rapping like when I was like maybe like 13, 12. Por allí. My aunt used to rap, my tia. And so she knew some fools that flowed. What was that fool's name? Silencer and some other dude, right? They rap with like what's that group? The low profile guys, the Khalifa Thugs or whatever. So she used to flow, and so I would hear her, and so I got it from her. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much how it went down. I would see her, and then she pretty much like schooled me on the basics of it, and then ever since then it was just So that's interesting. And my dad, she hood, she was in the hood, she was a real OG.
Say cheese.
She's a real OG. Shadow, is it true that hood be taxing the vendors in the streets and taco stands and drama? We didn't know. No.
Did you hear on Citizens app the other day? It came out that they robbed the taco stand over here across the park.
Yeah. No, that they robbed taco stands. They robbed taco stands.
No, the one right here across Legal Park.
Really?
Yeah. Mother day?
The ones that I always post up there on the damn, that's fucked up.
Huh?
Hey, wait. Oh yeah, because it's the Citizens.
Hey.
That's fucked up. I hate people that do that kind of shit. Nah, but they don't tax no vendor. Look, it would some neighborhoods do it before? Yes. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna get into this conversation. I'm not gonna get into these discussions. Um, let's just say that. Let's just
Ew.
say it doesn't happen because it doesn't happen. It's kind of complicated talking about it because
What is baby
I can't
doing?
talk about it.
I like your bracelet.
But pretty much I could assure you that what that person said is false. But I could understand why he sees it that way. But yeah, fools don't be. Now, do they get robbed? Yes, they get robbed. But getting taxed is a whole different thing, though. You know what I'm saying? I think he was putting a little bit tapatio on that caldo. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, they wanted to seem like they were the victims here. That they wanted people to sympathize, with them. But you know what I mean?
Thank you for
Much love, my boy.
Baby
Chibi
D.
Azusa, saludos.
Baby
Stay
D.
blessed. Hey, likewise, my boy, Creeper. That y'all support is so Sancho que live. Toda madre. Hey, that's real talk. Look, there's this vato at my jale. He told me a story once, my boy. He told me that, okay, so he said that, he went, he had bad issues with his baby mama, whatever. And so he went to go take some groceries and leave the feria, right? And so he said when he was leaving, that when he was about to leave, he said that her new man, pues, that he whistled, and he turned and looked at him, and that he opened a beer and he took a sip on it and he grabbed the money and he put it in his pocket, like, and he's like, damn. And I told that vato, what'd you do? He's like, well, nothing. I go, you fucking man, I would have beat the shit out of that fool. I would have mopped him from one end of the street to the other. Like, yeah, that's scandalous. Like, for him to do that, savage. But then at the same time,
Well, he's taking care of another kid.
I was about to say that at the same time, the homie was, he was like a wannabe Mac Daddy, so he was like a horn dog. So, I mean, technically he shot himself he only has himself to blame. You know what I'm saying? Because
No more.
he was out there being, from female to female. I mean, it's karma. You know what I mean? It's karma, dog. Because even he himself told me that, he's like, all right, well, there you go, my boy, dang. So then it was like, when he's complaining, it's like, my boy, if you want to complain to somebody, look in that mirror. In the restroom, there's a mirror. Go in there.
No.
That vato on the other side, let him have it, dog. That's the guy right there. That's who's to blame here. But damn. But I still would have mopped the floor with that fool, though. Like, how you gonna do that? That's scandalous. Imagine some vato doing that to you guys. Yeah,
Baby.
that's grave. So Shadow, New Mexico checking in. I grew up in the West. That's right, Danny, right there representing out of New Mexico. Whoa, whoa. Jack of all trades. Yes, he died from COVID. Yeah, that's crazy. The cabrón, homie. He should have took COVID more seriously. I'm telling you. What up, player? What's good, Carlos? Stuff like that don't be going down and carry like that, especially in the berries. I'm telling you, fools don't be like, texting all, you know what I mean? But
This little girl.
fools, it's like they watch too many movies and stuff like that,
Come on.
It's because, like, people hear about, stories, from before and everything, but there's more to all those tales than just what meets the eye or just whatever. You already know how the media is, my boy. The media is only going to put out their version of scenarios and, how they want to tell the stories, Pero, I hate que se arregla and everything like that, but like I said,
No.
it is what it is.
Baby, no.
Will you use just 4 men when they
Come on.
Fu Manchu goes gray? Will you use
In
just
your foot.
Fu Manchu goes gray? What up? Oh, hey. Oh, this is my channel where it's pretty much street music channel, my boy.
Hey.
What's good? 626 is definitely in the building on that
Baby.
last break at work. They finally got that phone, my boy. Thought they I thought you had a keister it, homie, inside the warehouse. Cause that should be getting cabron.
No.
Or you got that watch finally, huh? You came up, got that early Valentine's present. That's right.
Your foot.
We have those watches, my boy, and I don't think I used it once. My wife never used hers. It's just literally sitting there in the damn box and everything still. And mine, I think I only used it once. I'm not really too fond of technology. Saludos, gente. Sea Dog in the building. Tijuana. That's right. Shout out to all of Tijuas. Woo woo. Yeah. New Mexico up in the house. You already know Manuel right there repping it for that New Mexico. It's a big flax in the house. Saludo from Tijuana. That's right. Shout out to all of Tijuas. I heard you sneak your phone in. That's inside work, even though they let you take it in. Just for the fuck of it. That was a good one. Sometimes though, only sometimes, fool. That shit was funny. Nah, I know you were just fucking, my boy. We only do it sometimes, my boy. Sometimes. The Raiders winning that Super Bowl this week. That was said the Raiders. The Raiders ain't gonna be seeing a Super Bowl in a long time. They admitted.
Come on, it's okay. Come on.
The numbers. I knew people are dying, but not. Yes, I agree with you 100, my boy. As a matter of fact, I made a video about this when COVID first hit. I do, and and my boy, I'm almost 100% confident in what I'm saying. Yes, my boy, they blow everything out of proportion. See, the reason why people don't want to wear the mask and the reason why everybody's skeptical is, my boy, these fools were lying about a gang of shit, a gang of stuff. You know what I mean? Instead of them coming and telling the truth, like, "Sabes qué? We don't want this shit to spread." So yes, it's not as bad as as it is, but just to keep it under control. If they would have came with the truth, my boy, since the gates, maybe people would have listened. Maybe, I'm not saying that they would have listened. Maybe they potentially would have listened. But the fact that you wanted to tell all these lies and exaggerate the numbers and this and that, like, if people can't go check in the fucking hospitals themselves, you get what I'm saying? So then they started seeing that what they were saying wasn't true. Obviously people were dying and it was serious and stuff like that, but not to the numbers that they were saying. You know what I mean? But the reason they did it like that is hoping to scare people to stay indoors and everything. But I have always said, even though your intentions are good, it's never good to lie. You'll never get nothing positive, from telling a lie, homie. People need to understand this. It's a horrible idea to lie, my boy, because it's only a matter of time that the truth comes out, my boy, because it is. You know what I mean? You're not always gonna remember the shit. You're not my boy, we ain't got time for none of that. Thought you had to be cooking up stories and everything, like, la verga. My boy, this is what it is, yeah. Take it or leave it. Hate it or love it. We ain't gonna be we ain't gonna be, breaking our heads open right there trying to cook up something. I don't got the patience to be thinking like that. But I feel you 100 on that jack of all trades. Yeah, I've been saying that from the gates. They were blowing a lot of shit out of proportion, But according to them, for the good of the colony. Until that shit blows up in their face. Yeah, you guys scared of the balloon?
In our face.
What up, Shadow? What's good with you, Alex? When did you start?
Be careful with baby's fingers.
Hey, my boy, I'm gonna bounce out and catch you on the next one. All right, 66, cuídate, carnal. So what do we say without getting in? Just kidding, no. For real, what do we say?
What happened? Huh? You're cold? Go get your blanket. It's in the room.
We need the drama. Hit that like. Yeah, hit the like. The more likes I get and stuff like that, the more YouTube throws me into the algorithm, because they legitimately don't push my channel. Because a lot of people like to report me because I don't know why they stay crying. Like, damn, dog, I'm just trying to do me, my boy. But those people really be acting like if I grab them and I force them to watch my channel or some shit. Like they find what I'm talking about like so so taboo. Like the gente be literally acting like if I come on here saying all of you need to join gangs. This is the best way to live. There's nothing better than a gang member. You must become a gangster.
Okay, sit down right here. Sit down right here. Baby, no.
You are ridiculous. No, it's because if you talk about gangs, you'll become a gang member. Like, what? I didn't realize that that's how it works. That's how it is? Damn, dog. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize it was that easy. That's crazy, huh? As soon as we hear something, we'll automatically, become that. That's strange. I've been hearing a whole lot of that money talking. I haven't been a billionaire yet. I seen shit on drugs. I never became a drug addict. People are funny. They pick and choose when they want to add like their arguments. Like, no, like, man, shut the hell up already. People honestly feel like they have the answer and they know like what it is. They honestly feel like we all watched the movie Blood In Blood Out, my boy, and after that movie we decided that we were gonna get into the barrio and that we were gonna call ourselves Miklo and all that, homie. Milkweed.
Yeah.
It's like that's not how it is. But these motherfuckers think that it's like that. It's almost as bad as when they were trying to say that kids were committing crimes because of video games. It's like, how are you gonna try to give, your theory on the matter when you don't even study psychology or nothing that has to do with the human brain? You know what I mean? You know nothing about human behavior yet. They want to speak like if they're an expert on it, like when you know nothing about that. And those are the facts. Literally, those are the facts. You know what I mean? Like there's research, like, and I mean tons of research that says the opposite of what you're saying. You know what I mean? But people always think like they're the ones with that they know, they really know what's up. They don't know a damn thing. Steelers. Oh, you're a Steelers fan, my boy? Serio? Oh yeah, the STL, the Durr. Yeah, that's how we are too. We're like with the Rockies. Like people think I'm a Rockies fan. Like, oh, you go for the Rockies. Like, no, actually, I'm a Dodger fan. It's actually from my barrio. Especially at Tagale. Then the conversation gets awkward after that. They're like, oh, hey, you're a Rockies fan there, huh? Like, oh, no, I'm a Dodger fan. It's actually from my neighborhood. Like, oh, you're a gangster. I didn't realize it. It's like, yeah. And after that, the conversation just gets like quiet. Like all of a sudden, it's like they have to start talking to me differently. I hate that shit. It's like, why? Before I told you were fighting Danny. Now what changed now after the fact? Isn't it crazy how the human brain works? Like, what, people feel like they have to act differently now? It's strange. I don't know. People are tripped sometimes. Especially how people really report a video that has nothing to do with them. I know. Seriously, my boy, I could show you guys like screenshots. I mean, tons of them, homie. I literally got to be going through it with these fools all the damn time. You know what I mean? And one thing is another. I legitimately do get a lot of people trying to stop my channel. Because when they give a complaint, right? When you get the complaint, right? When they send you the email, the complaint, it shows you who made the complaint, against you, and it shows you for what reason they made the complaint, right? But here's the thing, you could appeal them, right? Kind of like in court, you could appeal them, and I always appeal them, and I have each and every one of them. Only one time have I lost, and when I went back and I watched the video, yeah, I did fuck up in that video. You know what I mean? I could see it from their perspective of what they were talking about, but it only happened once, and it was because of a little clipping that I had showed of a fighting incident, and because of the blood and because of the child guidelines and restrictions and stuff like that. Okay, I see what they were talking about. Because of the censorship. It's kind of like when you're watching TV. The TV show can't be too gory. I guess you get what I'm saying. Because then they won't show it like just on like regular TV. You gotta kind of like work with their, like, if you can't see it on TV, then you most likely can't do it on your YouTube channel. Like showing people how to cook drugs or stupid shit like that. Anywho, so you could appeal them, and I have each and every one of them because I'm not stupid. I know what I could talk. My boy, I study my California laws. First of all, as a gang member, you should know your laws. You should know what you can say. And I find it funny when people be like, "Hey, you're burning homies and you're doing it." My boy, you know nothing about your laws, homie. Know what you can and what you can't say, what you could put and what you can't put, and what could be used against you in court and what can't. People just like to speculate, like to think, and oh no, that shit right there, no, that shit. Like, bro, like it makes me wonder if vatos have ever even been to court, homie, or actually fought cases. Like did you ever fight a case, homie? Because it sounds like you never have. Like you're just speculating. you know. That's how I know when vatos, when they leave the comment, that's how I know if they're really with the business or they're just some pretenders, because I could always tell by how they're saying it, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, you know nothing about this life. Like you can tell when somebody's just a speculator and when somebody's really an actual gang member. But yeah, I always have to be fighting those shits and shit like that. And it's like people be on that dumb shit. Oh, and I be getting all kinds of shit like, you stupid wetbag. I do. I be getting all kinds of shit like that. Like, why can't you guys just stay in your country, bringing all the problems here? Like, that gangs were created here. They weren't created in Mexico, you stupid fucks. But I do get a lot of those kind of shits, like that kind of shit. Like, go back to your country and that we just came and fucked up America. I get all kinds of shit like that, fool. Like, you guys have no idea. I'm talking about like hundreds and hundreds of messages. And it's like, you guys are acting like if I'm forcing you guys to watch my channel or some shit like that. And it's funny how it's always because I'm Hispanic. That's always the main issue. Like, okay. Like, yes, sir. Do you work with different ethnic groups? Background? Nah, a majority of them is just raza, my boy. It's mostly pure raza because I work in Boyle Heights, East LA. Let's just say Boyle Heights, East LA, whatever, same shit. So East LA. So I work, and East LA and Boyle Heights, that those areas are just mostly pure Latinos. You know what I mean? I mean, you do have some whites and blacks here and there, but it's mostly a majority of raza. You know what I mean? So, as a matter of fact, it's rare when I bump into somebody at my job that actually speaks English. There's very few people that speak English. It's mostly like like older paisa dudes. You know what I mean? So it's just a whole lot of Spanish. You know what I mean? So now you don't really get that. But like why I'm cool with like a lot of ethnicity groups is that my barrio is very diverse. So like we have black homies, whites, Asians. You know what I mean? And they're legitimately the homies. Like we grew up together. You know what I mean? That's why when it comes to all of this shit, I don't see color, my boy. Because how can somebody say that that we're different from this person? If me and all my homies, we were struggling together, my boy. Everything I was going through, they were going through as well in their household. You know what I mean? I had problems, they had problems. I had drama, they had drama. We didn't have nothing, they didn't have anything. You get what I'm saying? Like we were all equal, dog. Like we coming from the bottom, we ain't got shit. You know what I mean? Like this shit, from white, black. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said in this game is the rich versus the poor. It's not no fucking whites versus raza or blacks versus Asians or Asians versus. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally rich versus poor. The rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer, my boy. A rich white man does not see himself the same as a poor white man, homie. Those are the facts, homie. You know what I mean? He sees him just another piece of scum just like the rest of us. You know what I mean? The only thing they share in common is the skin color. That's it, homie. But they don't see them on the same level as them. They wouldn't shake their hands or hang out with them or anything like that. So white is never the villain. I be telling people white is not the problem here. The problem is green, homie. You know what I'm saying? But they manipulate the white people to think that they actually, we looking after you guys. Don't trip. We got you guys back, homie. We're just doing it to them. So they trick them into believing that they're on the same level and that they be, you know what I mean? But in reality, homie. You know what I mean? These fools only care about one thing and one thing only, homie. And that's their pockets, So when people be trying to blame, it's the white man's fault, it's these Asians, it's these Middle Easterns, it's these Hispanics. Of course, they're always throwing they're always throwing the shit somewhere else, right? trying to, hide what's really the problem here. And the reason why people never see money as a problem is that everybody wants money. You know what I mean? Everybody's infatuated with money. So the fact that everybody wants money, that's the reason why they don't see it as a problem, because of course the problem is not going to be something that you want, because then that means that it's a part of the problem. Therefore it has to be different. And why is it so easy to blame, you know what? Because you're brown and they're a different color. So of course, since they're a different color than you, it's so easy for that to be the problem. That's why people believe that that's the problem instead of this. You know what I mean? Because it can't be something that you want, so therefore it has to be the thing that you don't have, which is their skin color. So that's why it's easy. You know what I mean? That way you don't fall in that pool of, potentially, you could be wanting something, or you could be, fueling this fucking machine, of negativity. I'm telling you, money's a necessity, bro, but what it does to people is ridiculous, homie. Gotta get ready for work. Peace out, Shadow. Hey, likewise, Jack of all trades. Mr. Brooks. Oh, what's good with you, Mr. Brooks? What's cracking like him? You got to put a disclaimer. YouTube can't really do none to you. If you put, you know what? I have put disclaimers, my boy, and I have still had to appeal those videos. I've tried everything already. No lie. I'm telling you, it's a hassle, but like I said, they're always gonna make it tough for a homie. They just don't like it that I'm a homeboy dog, and that I'm doing something. Dog. They just don't like that shit. People out there honestly believe that if you're from the streets, if you're gang member, whatever the fuck, they honestly believe you deserve nothing but death, and that you should get nothing positive. Like you shouldn't find, the love of your life, or have beautiful children, or a home, or they believe that you deserve nothing in this world. Serio, dog. You know what I mean? Even if vatos change their lives and everything, they don't give a fuck, dog. You know what I mean? They want to talk about that homies have a lot of hate in them, my boy. When a lot of these people have more hate than a homeboy will ever have, you know what I'm saying? They're really the ones that are fueled by hatred and anger, and they're really the ones that are always fucking throwing gas into the fire. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. How's it going? Shout out! Oh, that's right, Street Villains up in the house. Shout out to all the homies out there, out of the Street Villain gang. Shout out to the homie Scrappy out of Street Villains. Is it because I'm Chicano or what? It's gotta be because you brown, my boy. I like Boyle Heights. I like going to visit my family. Yeah, it's cool. I met a lot of solid individuals out of Boyle Heights. You know what I mean? Got a lot of homies out of, obviously the homies from Life and V&E and all that. I know a lot of people. I met a lot of, I did, have, in the Halle, there's a lot of homeboys, homie from Evergreen, homie from A Street, homie from Primera, homie from Little Valley, homie from A Street, homie from Indiana Dukes. So you get a homie from Laguna. So you get like a lot of homeboys, you know what I mean? Like when I say I literally have homies all around me all the time, I literally have homies all like all I know is nothing but homeboys, you know what I'm saying? It's because like when you meet a homeboy, like you could just bond, like because you guys know what like you guys have that that shit in common, so you guys can like finally somebody that understands, and you guys get to chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you guys get to chop it up and stuff like that. So it's just more easier to because it's somebody from your like your background. Vatos literally be thinking like if I live like in Alabama and I literally talk to nobody. The way some people be putting in the comments. Like, bro. Because after the holiday, you go and,
Stand up.
Estar con camaradas and their arias and all that. And it's a toda madre. You know what I mean? Got nothing but respect. All I'm ever shown is love, out of homies and their barrios. You know what I'm saying? So, I just play it right back, dog. Oh, shit. Homies been so do paisas at work call you No, actually, well, we rarely talk. It's rare that we talk, but when we talk, like, nah, they don't. As a matter of fact, they call me Cholo at the Jale. At the Jale, everyone calls me Cholo. That's that. I don't know. I don't even know why the fuck they, but they have always called me Cholo.
You don't know why?
Well, because I never told nobody my name. Because look, I have this thing, right? I don't like my name. It's, I grew up without my father. There's a whole story behind all of that in itself. So whenever I introduce myself to anybody, I introduce myself as Shadow from Radford. I know some people find it disrespectful and everything. Whatever, to everybody meets their own. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it to try to be down or cool. My boy, that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being called by my name. I find it offensive. You know, towards me. Like I said, there's
Come here. Let me
growing up
bring
was complicated. You know what I'm saying? So and and people could say like, well, people could say like they could take it whatever way they want, but it's like at the end of the day, my boy, it's like I'm telling you straight up, since from the gates, like who I am. I'm not coming at you disrespectfully, nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, for what it is. I'm not trying to hide shit from people or, you know what I mean? Like trying to trick people into thinking I'm one thing when I'm not, or like I'm full blown. I'm very straight up, straightforward. That way, people don't, when you're chopping it up with somebody, and then you keep finding out shit about them, and it's just like, another lie, another lie, another lie. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, man, like you can't even trust this individual. Like, who the fuck is this fool? You know what I'm saying? I'm always straightforward with everything. You know what I mean? 'Cause we keep finding out all this like different shit. Like vatos keep trying to lie to you because they're trying to trick you into thinking that you're something that when you're the opposite of that. It's like. And then vatos still have the nerve to say that they're real and that they always tell it how it is and they never lying. Like, my boy, it sounds like you do a whole lot of the opposite of that. But I'm the villain because I'm the one that actually tells it for what it is. Or the dumb one. Like, bro, miss me with all that. But the cholo part no, you know what? Kenny's the one that gave me that one. Because he didn't know what was my name when I first started there, and he was just like, Cholo, Cholo, vente para acá. And I was just like, okay. And they just ran with that shit. I was like, all right, whatever. Shit. I was telling my height on this for a good while. The security guard was calling me Carlos. Hey, but I wouldn't correct it because, the vato came all happy and jolly and everything like that. So, I found it funny, so it was like, Carlos. And I was just like, Kibole. He found it out like 2 months later that wasn't my name. And he's like, hey, I come here to tell me. And I was like, well, hey, you seem so happy about it, dog. But boy, I don't want to burst your bubble, dog. I would just laugh at it because all the homies used to tell me at the holiday, like, hey, what does that fool call you Cardinals? And I was like, I don't know. Hey, I gotta find myself to entertain myself somehow too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Okay, wait. What's up from Guatemala?
Okay.
Shout out to Maywood. That's right.
Hey.
Out of Guatemala. Shout out to all our Maywood right there. FRS. What the fuck? Friends?
Ralph trying to want me to pick up the boys.
Hey, shout out that fool that put the makeup on you and reported you the only one. Maybe. I don't know. The internet's so full of so many different people. Like, I don't know. It could be anybody. You know what I mean? Like, nah. When they do the reports, I see different names always on there. Like, it's always somebody new. You know what I mean? And it sometimes be people with their own channels, and I'll go like look at their channel, and it's like some fucking white guy that lives in God knows what like in Pennsylvania. Like, but what you worry about me for? Vato over there on the other side of the planet. You got homies from Monrovia? Is that the Monrovia? Because I do know homies from Monrovia. I know Boxer out of Monrovia. I know Big Boxer. Homie's all blasted. He kind of has a square head. That's a homie right there. That's my camarada. He has both of his sleeves. You ask him. That's my homie right there.
What's in there?
They call us Cholo in the jobs. Yeah, that's true. They do. That's another reason why. I'm just like, all right, cool. Actually, I've never been called a pocho before, ever. I have never been called a pocho ever in my life.
What is that?
It's like it's like when you're Americanized.
What is it? Let me
So
see
the
it.
homies don't run the friendly fade on break time. Like where they take the where they get down because they're from rivals. Yeah, we have all done that. Even me, when a rival shows up to the hale, on a lunch break, we go catch that, that fade that way. That way, no one could say that you know what I mean. Like you guys already caught the fade, and because that's another man's job. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. You can't cost the homie their job. So you guys are from different barrios. On your lunch break, you go take that walk. You handle your business. Boom, 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 boom. And then you guys go back to the hale and to your stations, and you guys he stays on his side, you stay on your side, and you guys do your job. You know what I mean? I know to some people it might sound weird or strange and crazy, but I mean that's how it is. You know what I mean? Like that way, fools can't say that. Hey, homie, got that enemiga right there. And I seen it. We all seen with our own eyes. You know what I mean? Like nah, vato cut the fade. You know what I'm saying? Vatos can't even say, Vatos handle their business. Only one time did a Vato not want to catch the fade with one of the camaradas right there, whatever. And I mean, at the end,
Where's baby's pacifier?
I'm not gonna say where he was from, whatever, but he didn't show up to work after that. I'll tell you that much. But it was like
Babe, did you see her pacifier over there?
before all of that talk. I mean, he was doing a whole lot of gang talk, and when it came down to it, like I don't know. No.
Here, put this in the fridge.
But yeah, there's friendly fates. But that's normal in this life. Homies be getting down all the damn time. Homies even just get down just to keep their skills on point. Just to not get rusty. The knuckles always stay purple. Steelers reserves are. Bueno. ¿Cómo estás, compadre? Saludos. Oh, that's right. Shout out to all of Armenian power right there representing out of the Hollywood gangsters. Woo woo. Shout out to all the homies out of Armenian power. I know a lot of solid individuals out of Armenian power. You know what I mean? Cool vatos. We came from Neverville. What high school did you go to? All of them. Like, Hollywood, Van Nuys, San Fernando, Poly, Grant, Monroe, Birmingham, a lot. We had a very troubled youth growing up. We were not the best behaved people. We had a lot of anger issues. So all of the above. Nah, not all of them. Like I didn't go to like Grant. Let's see which one. I didn't go to Silmar. And I always wonder why the hell they were sending me to. Why I had to go to San Fernando. Like I would have been cool in Silmar, because we didn't have better with the guys from Sanford. I would have been cool. They sent me to They always sent me to the schools that had all my enemies. The most I would last to is lunchtime. You know what I mean? Because in Van Nuys I got jumped during nutrition. In Van Nuys and in Birmingham. For San Fernando, I made it all the way to lunchtime, so I at least got to lunch.
Oh, there it is.
I always got thrown out because I was the one that would take flight first, and not because I trying to act cool. This vato took off first. No, it's just that I'm the only vato from my barrio there, fool, and there's like 20 vatos from my enemies, my boy. So if I just sit there and wait for them to, as soon as they come and hit me up, it's game over. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty much I'm fucked. You know what I mean? So the way I was shown is that you get off first, my boy, because if you wait, it's gonna go bad for you. So at least you do your damage, and at least you're able to do some before, because you already know how that shit's gonna end. because it always would end like that. The only time it was cool, it was like in Brandon or Hollywood because we were like evenly. You know what I'm saying? But the rest, it was like, oh, and Poly was cool too because I had a lot of homies from my barrio in Poly too. In Poly, we were maybe like 30 deep when we were in Poly. We were the second largest. Violent was the first, obviously, because that's our school. We were the second. Probably the second in North Hollywood too. In Grant, yeah, we were probably like the fourth. Because North Hollywood boys were deep in that one and 18th Street. And yeah, I remember them fools had numbers. But San Fernando, I give it to the guys from Pacoima, man. Them fools were deep right there. And even in Van Nuys too. In Van Nuys, them fools were hella deep, fool. Them fools were like, in Van Nuys, no lie, Van Nuys was probably like, fuck, like 50 vatos, dog. I remember that the day that it came for, it seemed like it was a sea of homies. There was a vato. He was from Italian crew. He backed me up. Him, and then there was another homie. He didn't bang, but he threw blows too. I think homie ended up getting into. I think he ended up getting into a black gang or some shit like that. But they were cool. Yeah. Yeah, growing up, we went through all kinds of shit. Well, the typical that, the shit, same shit that all the homies go through. All the homies that are on here, they know what I'm talking about. Because sometimes, some neighborhoods have it lucky, my boy. Some neighborhoods, since they're old barrios and they're large, they have schools already established. That they go to that school and that's their school. You know what I'm saying? So they already deep as fuck. They've been deep. You know what I mean? But there's other like smaller barrios who you don't have that luxury. So every time you get sent to whatever school, you be outnumbered and you gotta handle your business. That's why like. When fools be like, oh, well, yeah, throwing hands. Like, throwing hands is nothing to a homie, dog. Especially from a smaller rider because, fuck, for our whole lives, we've been throwing nothing but hands. And we always been outnumbered, you know what I mean? So, like, that shit ain't new, That shit's like, what else is new, man? Compared to someone that has that luxury and now they're being put in those type of scenarios, they're not used to them, you know what I mean? So they don't even know how to conduct themselves. We're all, we're told as soon as we get jumped in that we outnumbered and that, and all of this and that. You already know going in what the ball game is. So I already knew once I got it out of Grant, I already knew it was going to go downhill from there because I was like, oh yeah, because all the schools left are just going to be like, are nothing but rivals. So it's like, it's going to be tough. But we found it fun at the same time, though. Because we were gonna be able to brag that we threw down with the enemy guys, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, we used to see it stupidly when we were kids. We could have potentially died and shit like that, and the shit that's in our heads are like, yeah, homie, yeah, I gotta say that I throw it down with all the enemy guys, and earning your bones, like, you took pride in that. We're fucking stupid. Instead of taking pride in educating ourselves for a good holiday, the shit that we're looking forward to. Shut up, pendejo. Hey, likewise, my boy. Garden View locals up in the house. That's right. Whoa, out of the amigos. What happened if they crossed out the 13 and like your own hood? Nah, they do that all the time. My boy, all the time right here when they cross out the whole entire thing. Complete. We don't see it like that right here. We know that they're not trying to diss the suit or they, you know what I mean? Like we understand like what's going on. There's vatos that cross up the S's over here. You know what I'm saying? All the time. There's vatos that be putting like, like some, like, the homeboy neighborhoods that use the red bandana, so they put fuck the blue and all kinds of shit. Obviously we know that they mean it's for crib. But the fact that they write all that shit too is like, people could see it some type of way, you know what I mean? But we as homeboys from down here, we know what they mean. We know that it's not meant for us, and you get what I'm saying? So we don't look at all of that shit like that, you know what I mean? Like all of that shit is not like some shit that we, like, oh damn, like because it's normal for us, because living in this type of environment is normal to see like all kinds of shit like that is not like, compared to you're from an area where it's strange to see that kind of activity, so you think it's one way, so then when somebody comes and displays the opposite, you think that like what the hell is going on, you know what I mean? Like when I posted the first time I posted the video of all the red ragging sureño barrios, people were saying that I'm making this shit up. I don't know shit. That I'm a liar. That I'm stupid. That there's no such thing. And it's like, okay, like you're seeing the fucking video yourself with your own eyes, stupid. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but see, they thought it was one way. It's like, I'm sorry if you believe what you were hearing on Chicano rap, but I don't know if those homies were talking just because they didn't know, or they just weren't put up on game, or they weren't paying attention, or I don't know what it was, my boy. To be honest with you, because a lot of barrios say north side. You got north side 18, north side Pomona, north side Pasadena. A lot of barrios, throw up the north side and say norte. You know what I mean? For their barrios, a lot of barrios use the color red. You know what I mean? Longo, que Wilmas, que Crazy Crowd, que all kinds of fucking barrios. Que Southside players. A lot of neighborhoods use the color red. So then when all these fools are saying this and that, it's like, see, we were taught in my neighborhood because our homies were busted, right? So they would let us know that, when we were younger, we would say, repeat dumb stuff like that, and they'll be like, hey, well, you know what? So there's vatos in there from Barra, and they're red bandanas, homie, and they represent it. So we paid attention as a youngster, you know what I mean? Like, orale, okay, and then when you start going in there and seeing it for yourself, and it's like, because people act, or they think that it's only in the streets, that they wouldn't use the red paño in there, homie. That's on everything. My boy, there's vatos in there with the red paño. Ain't nobody telling them a goddamn thing, homie. And I like to see a homie come onto the comments and say that I'm lying, homie. You know what I mean? They fucking be wearing their red paño in there. No homie's telling them a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, you're talking without knowing, and you're saying stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like, bro, to a homie, we don't give a fuck about their color or none of that. All that shit to us is not important. We're not tripping over shit like that. We're tripping if they're the enemy guy or not. That's the only thing these fools care about. They don't give a fuck what color they're wearing. They only care if they're the enemy or not. That's it. What was the worst thing you did in high school? Yeah, we did a lot of shit, my boy. We did a lot of gacho shit. Some of the stuff I'm not even proud of. Like, I'm like, damn, fucking idiot. Just thought you were. It's very true. Like, serio. There's people that talk to me and they don't even think that I speak English. Saludos, bro, from Long Beach. Love the channel. Hey, gracias, my boy. I appreciate it. I went to Birmingham. Yeah, it was popping. Playboy, Van Nuys, Haskell. Yeah, I'm telling you. But Van Nuys was the deepest, my boy. Van Nuys was deep. You know what I mean? Them fools always had numbers. Haskell was a little bit more smaller. Always Clanton. Yeah, Clanton always had a presence too. In some school, there was a lot of more fools from Clanton, like in Grant. You see a lot of guys from Clanton there. And then like Sun Valley Middle School, it was just like a bowl of everybody. See, because the Valley doesn't have schools like all over the place like how it is here. They don't have that many, so it's like wherever that school's at, if you're banging, you're most likely you're all gonna be going to the same schools. You know what I mean? So you will see putazos happen a lot in the schools, a lot. You know what I mean? And not only just from us homeboys, but you even had taggers that would go at it. Gacho too, machine. You know what I mean? Those taggers that will handle their business. There was a homie from Bad Boys. Oh yeah, Bad Boys too. I forgot about Bad Boys. They're in Birmingham too. Yeah, because they go at it pretty machine with the Battle Man Ice. I've only met one fool from the Battle Bad Boys. Because we really don't travel to that side of the Valle that much. Because normally all our enemigas are like stay closer to our cities. You know what I mean? Like the West Valle is already like, it's kind of a drive out there. Like Canoga, Reseda, Lake Balboa. You know what I mean? That's already like, out there. Like the closest cities like to us was like Sun Valley, Pacoima, North Hills, Panorama, Arleta, Van Nuys too. And like Granada Hills and all that area is still like already like, yeah, further away. I mean, with so many enemies of picking and choosing already close up right there, you have like 40 barrios. I mean, you don't even have to travel that far. I mean, shit, us and some of our enemies, we could walk to their neighborhood and get there like in 2 minutes walking.
Chloe.
Biking it maybe like about, like to perform it was like about. We used to get there like in like 15-minute bike ride. We used to go on our bikes, my boy. We're stupid. We didn't even think about a game plan. Like, what if the Hura shows up? We had no game plan, my boy. We just would go and just,
Careful,
you know,
baby.
just out of nowhere, just like we didn't even think nothing through. We're stupid.
Oh shit.
To be young and dumb. Them food drivers from M.O.D, OFA. Serio? I remember crews like GFS, RBP, DC, UEC, IBK, GFS, WSM, MAD, DTS, DTK, like crews like that. 129, CML, HMW, Hispanics Most Wanted. They were pretty cool. Then they got into Blythe. CHB, TKF. Then they got into Columbus, the crazy fucks. Yeah, I remember a lot of those. We used to go walking, my boy, from North Hollywood. We had a homie that lived in Northridge, my boy. Me and the homies, we used to go walking from North Hollywood all the way to the Northridge Mall, basically, where the homie lived, and then walk back to. We would go pick him up walking, my boy. They're like, hey, we're gonna go pick you up. This fool think we're gonna roll up in the Rafa, like, hey, where you fools at? We almost there. We gotta go pick him up walking. And then we banged on everybody that we would see. You know what I mean? Walking. That's why I know a lot of vatos, like, I would never speculate, like, if I'm somewhere and be like, I wonder if that vato bangs. Like, nah, you go and you ask them fools, like, you know what it is. You know what I mean? That got to me, like, all kinds of, gente. Cause I never, I'm never gonna, the way I was trained is that you never speculate, my boy. You speculate and get you smoked. You know what I mean? You want to know who's in your, when you're somewhere, you want to know who's who, and just to make sure that you good, because not knowing information or any wrong slip, and you can lose your life. You know what I mean? And so it's better to be on your toes. So you at least want to know, like who's who, and because all that speculating won't get you. You can speculate all you want, my boy. Hey, it's not gonna save you when it hits the fan. Like, fuck that. I ain't trying to be in the shadows. At Grant, Los Hollywood Locos, the DJs. ¿Serio?
Ow.
I remember the Locos. At one point, they were pretty deep. Even in Poly, they got pretty deep.
Chloe.
There was maybe like 9 of them vatos.
Go eat, or I'm gonna go meet with the boys.
I know a lot of homies out of the Locos. I got a gang of homies out of the Locos. You know what I mean? That's one neighborhood we always kept it cool with. We always had a pretty cool relationship with them. Them and like Blythe, Logan, Violin. Probably some of the only few. Or the only ones, if anything, if that. Yeah, but shout out to the Hollywood Locals, man. I know a lot of solid individuals from the hood. Saludos. As he passed away. Yeah, I know. We barely found it. Yeah. Shout out to my Happy Valley homies. Yeah, shout out to everybody in Happy Valley. Rams and Bengals. Who you taking, my boy? I got the Rams. It could be anybody's ball game, but since we out here, we have to root for that. Hey G, what are the smaller clicks of I don't know Viejo, or better yet, you should start doing a further breakdown by all the gangs you already. Well, I could only speak on what the homies, gave me, and I don't want to step on nobody's toes. You know what I'm saying? So if the homies allow me to, yeah. But it's all on them. I just don't, do it just because I want to do it like that. You know what I mean? That's not how it's not. Even though that's how people think I get down, that's not actually the get down. I respect homies in there, in their get down.
Go.
I only go based on what they tell me. So that's what when I think it's funny when fools be telling me that that's not how it is. It's like this. Like okay, well they themselves are the ones that told me, my boy. Like, are you from that barrio? No, okay. Then I doubt you're gonna know more than them about their
Yeah,
barrio.
listen to me. You're gonna hurt yourself.
And you'll be surprised how many shit like that I get. Fool, fool be like, nah, hey, this will lie. Like, well, that's just coming from them vatos, dog. So, I mean, if you gotta complain, go complain to them fools. And I understand sometimes homies don't know. Like not all of my homies know of our barrio and shit like that. I get it. There's some homies that don't like asking. They don't really care. All they care about is just doing this madre. And that's real talk. There's vatos that don't care to ask the questions. Fool. There's vatos that are from our hoods that don't even know why we beefing with certain vatos, dog. They don't care to ask. Fool. They're just there to do this matter. That's all they care about. It's crazy sometimes. Okay, what's crazy is I'm from Insane Chris. My wife is from Eastside Longo, and we've been married 20 years.
What's the matter?
Even so, kids eventually.
What?
Yeah, even like with the interesting situation with me and my stepdad, right? Because my stepdad's from one of our rival neighborhoods. Right, so when I remember growing up, when we would have because obviously my brothers and sisters are from him. So when we used to have baby showers or birthday parties, so he would invite his homies, and then my all my uncles are from my neighborhood, right? So my uncles were there obviously, and they would invite all the homies. So you had his homies and his homies, and then us and it. So you could feel the tension. You know what I'm saying? But obviously homies respect because obviously the game is all about respect, right? So you respect that this is your homeboy from your neighborhood, and this is his household. So out of the respect, you gonna keep, because that's one thing that people don't understand. Like, how is it that you fools you had the enemies right there? What people don't understand is this game is all about respect, So you're gonna take the consideration that this is the home of your homeboy, and that's his brother-in-law. You get what I'm saying? So out of the respect for the homeboy, you keep it just mutual, just for that day or just for that time, right? And then after, if they catch you on the streets, well, they catch you on the streets, dog. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But respect, because it's all about respect. That's one thing that these some of these youngsters don't get, or these individuals nowadays don't understand that. Don't understand what respect is. They think that it's all about this and that, but hey, there's a time and place for everything. What the game really is about is respect, my boy. You know what I mean? So while you think that maybe that shit is hard, or be you really putting it down for your team, you're really not, dog. You know what I mean? Because you're disrespecting somebody from your team, who's who painted the way for you. You know what I mean? Because he's your older homie and shit like that. Like I said, homies just don't get to do whatever the hell they want, but they act like they think that they get to do, and all that shit. They be talking reckless, like, hey, bro, you already know that. That's why real homies. What happens when you're incarcerated, my boy, and a homie shows up and talking, okay, oh, this and that, I'll take flight on that, vato, whoa, whoa, talking all that rah-rah. What's gonna happen? Homies that have been incarcerated don't know. Do homies give that fool love? Does he get yeah, respect and everything? Or does he get thrown to the wolves? You already know homies don't like vatos that come with a big mouth, huh? You know what I mean? Or vatos that try to act like they stomping yardas from, like, bro. And it's crazy because they be the most tatted down fools and acting like they the most downest ones, right? Are always the ones that break first. But everybody, the whole world sees that's the real gangster, when in reality it's like, nah, actually that's not how a gang member behaves at all. But since they watch movies, because obviously in a movie they behave that way because, well, they're the main characters in the movie. They have to show you, because they're the main characters. But in real life, that's not how it works. Obviously for the movies, they got to show you all the juicy parts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because it's a movie. But in the real world, it's not how it goes. Like, people got to understand and know that, there's a time and place for everything. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this vato didn't run up on him just because he had his girl and his kid, fool. I would have still socked that fool up and his kid. Like, oh, and you think that makes you gangster, homie? Damn, you said that confidently. Like, if you think that that's really how it needs to go down, like when homies say that they don't give a fuck about nothing, they they mean it about this. They don't mean it about everything, my boy. So, like, go sit down and tell your big homies to tell you a story, my boy. Just sit there and listen, please. Cause all that there's vatos that means I would have slapped him and his mom. Like, what the hell? Got your whole neighborhood green lighted, fool. Just pendejadas de gente. It's sad, really, to be honest with you, how much shit I see too out of these kids. Like, it's just like, wow, like, damn, who's their big homies? What they doing? What they doing over there? What it is. South Central, Inglewood. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to end it. It's a wrap because I gotta go to work. Gotta get ready for work. So, hey, catch you guys. Did I still work my minute? Oh yeah.